a bit early. It's 2 more minutes till the appointed time. But I decided to go live because it turns out YouTube is like every other skill. You miss a little. Like, for example, if you don't go if you don't go live for quite some time, they have some changes and it takes you some time to figure out how to go live again. And so I tried to schedule it on the computer so you would have the thumbnail and it says upcoming, and then you're not able to get into that upcoming stream from your YouTube app. Then I had to delete everything, and then I went back to the YouTube thing. But the YouTube app just simply didn't give me the place to put the title and the description. So I hope that you all can see me. You can join the party. Sherry is here already. That's so wonderful. And yeah, you snooze, you lose. You have to hone your skills, your blogger skills every day. And it's not forgiving you when you decide to take some hiatus due to your other many things that actually divert you from being a blogger and entertainer. So hello Eric, how are you? It's so nice to see you. Hola. And of course you see that we are meeting you here, greeting you here in our living room, and Don Pepas is sleeping. It's noon, high noon, and of course the cats, they do sleep at that time because they are done with their duties to wake you up and keep you up all night long. And they say, hey, now it's my time. You go work, you do whatever you do. And but I'm going to sleep. Pipusitska, how are you sleeping? I'm going to bug you. I'm going to bug you because you bother me at night. I'm going to look, we have so many people out there. They all greeting you. Do you want to go live with me? No, he is not very happy. So yeah, it's springtime, and I wanted to say that this is the spring stream, the first stream of our spring. But spring is almost over. It's everything's in bloom, and those my favorite flowers like lupins, they're no longer blossoming because the time has come and went, and the springtime goes like that, and then we are in this summer and the time is just going by. And Jennifer Russell is here. Hello Jennifer, so nice to see you. Yeah, and yes, the kitties, they are like that. They're not letting me sleep. Don't let us sleep. And but some kitties, honest to God, I shouldn't even say that because for 12 years he was a perfect sleeping companion. Something happened for the past 3 years. It's either dementia or either something else, but he is just meowing, and it's not enough for him just to meow. He would really want me to be awake while he is meowing. So he makes everything possible to come to me, to put his paws on my face, and to bite my nose. And if I try to hug him and tuck him under me, under my arm, he's just biting my arm and saying, hey, I'm not sleeping. It means that you are not sleeping. That's what is going on. And I'm like, nope, nope. And now my physical or functional doctor saying that we need to do something because sleep is very important. Well, we all know that sleep is in reality is very, very important. And you see, he is just proven walking truth about that. That's yes, sleep is very important. And so she prescribed that calming drops for Don Pepas to put in his water, or she says, here is some natural remedy. Give him a little bit of that pill and he's going to come down and sleep. And I'm like, have you tried to give a pill to a cat? Well, maybe some people can do that. I definitely can't. And I told her that story about how I can't give anything to Don Pepas and then no vet's going to take us because I am not able to give my cat a sedative so the cat would allow doctor to examine him. And okay, we have so many people here, so wonderful. Welcome all. I welcome you all. And okay, Don Pepas, do you mind if I go to my regular seat where I'm going to have the stream? So you all see that we are still here Russian with Lilian and Don Pepas. It's not Lilian by myself. It's just us, still us, boys and girls. And so, welcome everyone. Welcome. You probably have noticed that the channel is growing, and maybe sometime this week, I mean, sometime this weekend even, we're going to have 20,000 subscribers. Again, I'm telling you that this is not totally organic growth. Or maybe it is organic, I don't know. But I am running the campaigns when I'm investing a little bit in some of the most popular videos on my channel, and they've been run and shown to the other people who don't know anything about my channel. They come and they look at the content and they subscribe. It's it's not bringing me a lot of new views, but it brings me at least the brings me subscribers, and I think I'm going to keep the number of subscribers and keep doing this. And I hope that you are able to hear me. Okay. And that's what's going on. So that's why if any of the new subscribers watching this stream, I welcome you all. And let me tell you a bit about the history of this channel. So how did I create it? I created it in 2021. And eventually I thought that as a creator, I am not interesting for people out there, and I would be part of this huge community who is in love with Puma Messi and his parents, human parents, Sasha and Masha. And I contacted Sasha and Masha, and we corresponded and we talked on the phone. And I told them that, hey, I speak English and Russian, and I can help you with your English speaking fans. And I'll be able to maybe translate your streams or do some English translations for you, and maybe do some posts for you in English. And maybe I'm going to teach Masha, to train Masha to speak better English, and maybe even Sasha. And that's how our relationship started. And on top of that, that Russia, though is such a huge country, but it's a small world. Because Sasha and Masha, they live in Sochi, it turns out that my closest friend of my childhood, Svetlana, she also lives in Penza. But Penza is a large city. It's about 700,000 people live there. But guess what? It's again a small world. That husband of my childhood friend, him and Sasha, they worked together in that printing business. So on top of that, I love Messi, I love animals, and I found them on YouTube, but in real life, we had real connections. And that solidified our human side of the story. And I said, well, since the time difference is such a huge and we were not able to talk to each other all the time. And then I said, hey, so many people are watching Puma Messi and they speak English. Maybe I should start creating content based on Messi's stories, and then we will be teaching Russian to people who love Messi. Because when you learn language, and if you're not motivated, It doesn't matter how many times you repeat it. It doesn't matter how many times you memorize. You will, but it will take you some time to do that. But if you learn the language, any language, with the subject you love, it's proven that it's done faster and with pleasure. And Masha and Sasha, they said, that's going to be such a wonderful idea. Of course, let's do it. And initially, I was thinking that I will be writing them lessons and Masha would be teaching them. Oh, then they offered that, oh, we have that other channel, Puma Messi in English. Maybe those lessons could be posted there. And again, it was lots of talks and never went anywhere. And I said, okay, how do you, what would be your take if I will be creating lessons and posting them myself and teaching them myself? And they said, well, that's a good idea. And that's how Russian with Puma Messi got created. And majority of my content, those of you who are new and you come there and all of a sudden you see this huge puma and not a cat. And that's how the first content was created. Because when I was contacting, for example, my former students saying, hey, your teacher tells you to go and subscribe to your channel. And they opened it like, oh, you have Puma. I said, no, I don't. And it took me some time to start explaining to everyone how this Puma speaks Russian and why, what do I have to do with that? So that was one side of the story. And then Don Pepas, of course, as the cats, they cannot stay away from when the owner is doing something and they are saying, and Don Pepas saying meow here and there. And then Don Pepas, such an interesting character as well. And we all know that all cats not created equal. They're very, very different and they have different personalities. And I started showing Don Pepas here and there in my videos and my presentations. And all of a sudden, people saying, hey, we want to hear about you, about Don Pepas. And so the channel was based on the content for Masha and Sasha and Messi. Not well, it was like, most of my subscribers came from their channel, because when Sasha and Masha made an appeal saying, hey, here's our friend Lilian, please go and subscribe to her channel, people did come. But then I was stagnating. And when you're stagnating in something that you pour your soul into, it's really kind of motivation, not getting like learning languages. If you don't see the result, you quit. You quit learning, you quit doing. And that's when my channel went sideways. And then you know that I tried to stray. So, and then I caught the wave of, okay, it's good to be a creator. Let me try something else. And I was cooking on this channel, showing some Russian dishes. And I said, well, if people come to this channel and it says Russian, the language probably is not going to be mixed with the culinary and with cuisine and cooking. Let me open my cooking channel. And I started my cooking channel separately. So I ended up already having 2 channels. And cooking, it was every week I was having different dish. And that's time consuming and money consuming and everything. And I think I have about 50 videos on that channel. It also didn't go anywhere. I think it's about 272 subscribers still. Still, I think the content there is not bad. Then I like, okay, so this didn't go. And I'm not expecting the overnight success, but I expecting the success of but at least if you're consistent, like they're teaching you, being the YouTube creator, you're consistent, you put the videos, you engaged with your audience, but then success will follow. And I was following those rules, and I even quit my job. I retired. Remember that time? So I retired and I started doing YouTube full time. Russian with Puma Messi back then yet, and then it was Russian cuisine with Lilian, cooking Russian cuisine in English. Russian cuisine in English. still there. So all the links are on my homepage. You can go there. Then I was like, okay, something's going wrong. Then maybe if I teach English for the Russian speaking people, and that would be a good idea. And I had my old channel that was sitting there where I created, that was my first YouTube channel in 2011. I opened it when I published my book because I was an aspiring writer and I published my novel, and I was reading some chapters on YouTube from that book. And I was thinking, oh, maybe something's going to happen out of there. But no, the book was published, self-published. It's still available on YouTube. Also, I have some links if you want to read my book. And some of you did read it already. So I decided to resurrect that channel. So now we're already talking 3 channels. And that channel became It's Time to Speak English. And it was for the Russian speaking people who want to learn English. And so that was me, the YouTube producer, content creator, a person who was 50 plus, managing 3 channels. And I don't know, not successfully. This channel, however, was the only one that was monetized, and you all, my faithful people who were with me from day one, with Puma Macy, then transitioning to Russian with Don Pepas and Lilian. This is the only channel that monetized, and but I'm not making any money still. It's like $1 a month. And you know that they are paying you in the increments of $100. So from the moment when I had that very good stream saying that we are monetized, thank you so much, we've got 4,000 public hours and the number of subscribers that it was enough. Since then, I earned, it was 2 years ago, I believe, I earned $300, and now my 400 it stopped at $85. So very soon, probably I'll get paid another 100. So yes, Don Pepas. So why am I telling you all this? I just wanted to tell you about the story about this channel. Those of you who are new and you came here. And that's where then I took a break, saying because I really need to do something about this. YouTube is not feeding me the way I hoped. Yeah, don't we all hoping that we're going to do something that we like and it's going to bring us monetary satisfaction. And I had to go back to work. And when you're back to work and you have all these 3 channels and it's not giving you satisfaction, creative satisfaction that you want. And actually YouTube is very, very exhausting, because when you're trying, like you're like in hamster in that wheel, you have to run. They say post once weekly, post, do this, don't do this. So, and that's kind of with no vacations, with no nothing. Some people really get burned out, and it's a serious burn. And remember, again, it was in my streams when I was asking you like what to do. Should I rename the channel? Should I go somewhere else? Should I go into different direction? And you, again, you are following me saying that, hey, try different types of videos. And I did a little bit of historic videos, and they're very popular. And then I did one video about myself, my life, and I know that one of the subscribers, Jay, hello if you're watching, he said, you have this dynamite of the content in you, you growing up in the Soviet Union, you should tell us about that. And I did. And again, I didn't go any further. So here I am, decided just to talk about everything. Now I'm thinking maybe I should create the next channel that I'm going to go away from everything that I'm doing and start doing it differently. And so these are my creative thoughts. But now, those of you who are new on the channel, you should understand how come I have that Puma Macy, lots and lots of content about Puma Messi. And if you're serious about learning Russian, I have that. I think the best uh, learning Russian alphabet, whatever is out there on YouTube, I have all 33 letters of the Russian alphabet in shorts dedicated to Puma Messi. For every letter of Russian alphabet, you have a short. And I still believe that those are they they need more attention, those videos. Maybe I should just promote that playlist and say that, hey, people, watch that, because it's really it's so unique. And people, those of us who love animals, who are caring about our furry friends and family, it's really very, very interesting, because also now we all talk to our artificial intelligence. Well, some of you reluctantly, some of you kind of saying, no, we are not dealing with it, but it's becoming part of our life, whether we want it or not. Even if you do some search on YouTube, YouTube is run by algorithm for many, many years, and it's artificial intelligence that shows you those videos which you have the right still yet either to click on those or miss. And so when I'm talking to artificial intelligence about something that I forgot what see, I take such long detours to explain where I'm coming from, that by the time I arrive to the end of the explanation, I forgot what I was talking about. So let's see who we have here. I have 7 people. It's Eric, I have Jennifer, I have Sherry, and I have Linda. Hello, Linda. Okay, so I've got you all, and it's a cool connection. Yeah, I know. And that's funny how it goes. And Jenny, thank you so much, actually. See, we are from online presence, and then I saw Jennifer Ross again. AI said that maybe you know this person on Facebook, and I requested to be a friend with Jennifer Russell, and it's Jennifer Russell, and she accepted my friend request, and now I see her family, and it's such a thank you so much for being my friend on Facebook, because it's really, it puts face and the family history behind the nicks that I see here in our chat, and we are all real people, and it's so cool. Yeah. And do you get short videos monetized? Very, very little. It's about 2 cents per that many views. And so altogether, maybe I'm telling you, I'm getting $1.50 a month, something like that, on the on the bad month, on the good months. On the bad months, it's even under $1. And monetization, and YouTube is making it more and more difficult to break the threshold, and though, because like all big companies, when we just this week we're going to celebrate 21 year of Facebook. And when they were after the first creators, those who were here first, they made it big, because YouTube was trying to figure out where they were going to in terms of the business model, in terms of the content and everything. Now, when it's clearly seen that the major broadcast TVs and TV channels going to be a thing of the part, the streaming media, the platform media, that's where, and they're all after the people. So the longer you're staying on the YouTube, the longer you're staying on any streaming platform, so they want you all, they want you to live, to be here on your platform. Once you got here, stay here 24/7, stay here 24/7. And for that they need lots of content, and they are achieving that. But in the beginning, they didn't have lots of content, and they were monetizing it very well. So the first creator who got to the platform, like everyone who is first in any industry, they made it I mean, made a nice fortune, all of them. And now they're saying, oh, look, it's so easy to do it. But now more and more people want to do that. And especially there is a trend, 50 plus, you can do it on YouTube. If I could do it, you can do it. And and then they say that the quality of the content is not that important, that now is what's important is sincerity, that we are showing the real people, because now we have so many channels when kind of real people talking, but you recognize right away it's AI. And that's where the content is going. That's where the all the shows go in. And I don't know whether we're going to go to the transhumanism or some other things, but I promise to stay positive today, because again, my doctor saying that every negative thought in your head is plus a pound on your face. You've noticed that I am who I am, so I'm much bigger, because my stupid disease, unfortunately, that keeps me away from the things I love to do, love doing. And that's why I am not very often showing my face anymore. And so positive transhumanism, no, not here, but we are going to be cool people communicating, because you know what, ever since, so we had our first stream over here in January. It was New Year's, after New Year's, and we were talking and everything. And then it was my birthday in February, and I was thinking, I take the day off and I will stream for my birthday, saying, oh, we will be talking about what's the birthday mean in everybody's life. So still we can talk about it, because I believe that birthday is one of the best days, no matter how old you are. It's your personal new year, whether you start all over again thinking. Then it didn't happen. And then every weekend, I'm going to stream. And then something comes up and I'm out of energy and I am out of whatever, and I'm not streaming, and I postpone. And finally on Friday I said, if I make an announcement that that the stream is going to take place at noon, for example, on Sunday, then I will definitely do that. And that's how I did. Okay, it's 12 o'clock, I'm going to have stream. And I said, Don Pepas, we going live today. Other than that, my motivation to go live or to do videos, it's kind of, and besides, I remembered what I said. I said, okay, AI, listen, I have this channel, very nice channel, because I'm keep running into my old videos and I'm like, darn, I did that? That's pretty good. Did I do that? That's also so good. So I need to advertise that video. And I am investing some money into showing those language videos and interesting. So it's quite an interesting stuff. And especially when I started showing my face and not that presentation. However, I said, AI, I have this product, almost 600 videos, this channel. How can I make it, since most of the content is evergreen content? Evergreen, it means that it doesn't matter. See, again, this desire for new content, because the user, when they come, the viewers that they come and they see the video is 3 days old, I'm not watching it, it's old. The video is a year old, oh my god, it's ancient. And that's what YouTube is pressuring you. You have to create new content, you have to create new content. And the AI, back to my thought, that AI is saying, like, evergreen content, that's so cool. And I said, I have kind of combination of the content is entertainment, it's pet lovers, it's me, kitty, kitty, kitty. But I have like really educational, because Don Pepas teaches Russian, and we have some Russian lessons, because right now shorts are it's easier to do for me, those shorts, vertical shorts and vertical shorts. And that's why I'm posting at least once a week. At least I'm posting a short, though I'm not making any money. But at least I maintain the channel. And AI said, hey, create 6 videos, at least 6, 12-minute or shorter. And they're also going to be your evergreen content. Like, do the research. And it says, what is the most searched title? What is the most searched information about the Russian language? The cases in Russian, because the cases that we are talking now, grammatical structure, grammatical aspect of the language. So the cases of noun, they're really very, very difficult. And it's, you know, that I teach at the Defense Language Institute, and I graduate students every year. So every year I take brand new students, and they go for a year in the classroom, and we graduate them speaking Russian in 47 weeks. So, and yes, aspect of the case of the noun, cases of noun, is very difficult to comprehend by the English speaking people. And our students, they're able to get that. We are introducing those cases in very slow motion, and we are introducing them not in the order like in the Russian orders. They have this chart, for example, and they start nominative, genitive, dative, accusative, instrumental, prepositional. And that's how Russian kids are being taught. But here at our institute, our first case is prepositional. Why? Because we are teaching students how to speak. And the first case, in order to start going wider with the language beyond the words, with the sentences, we start explaining like, okay, this is the thing, this is the folder. The folder is where? It's on the table, on the piano. And in order to say that the folder is on that location, we need prepositional, or to be prepositional in this case is locative. And that's how we start. We give a preposition that would lead that subject, that object, to be on another object. And for that, that other object that serves as the stand for this first subject, it would require to have a case, the case ending. And that's how we are building logically in spoken thing. The second case we're introducing is accusative, because, okay, so we have these things, we have this this object laying on another object, and then I see another object, and I have to say that, for example, I love my mom, and my mom is going to be my direct object, and I have to use another case, and that is case is accusative. And that's it. So first we're talking about how to describe an area, prepositional. Then we are talking about family relations, accusative. And that's how we build the case structure, how logically it's getting into the heads. And then I also explain to our students, because first they say it's not all true. So I know the word, for example, okay, a folder, papka. I know this word, papka. And I know papka, papka, papka. However, in genitive is going to be papki, in accusative is going to be papku, prepositional is going to be papke, dative is going to be papke. So the last a going to change 3 times. And I'm saying that imagine like your nominative case, in addition to genders, nominative case, it's your naked word. And the words cannot walk naked in the language, in Russian language. We have to dress them. And we're dressing those words by adding the case endings. And that's how, so, and AI saying, give presentation about the cases, how they work. then give presentation about the some kind of most common verbs, or and create 6 videos that going to answer the search, and they will draw will draw the search engine and attention to you those videos. And I think it's a good idea. So sometimes those of you who hate AI, and sometimes it does have ideas, and I'm really seriously thinking about creating those type of videos. And then okay, the moment you say something next to your phone, of course, next thing you know, that the marketing is going to suggest something similar that you're thinking about, or voiced out, or did search about that. And since I'm sometimes language do linguistic searches, and guess what? I get a video from the guy who is teaching Russian with the cat under his arm, a live cat, and he is explaining cases of nouns using cat. Это мой кот, да, кошка, and then he's saying all the cases. So I have the cases of nouns of in my channel, and I used Messi, and I used Gerda, and I used all their content. And I said, yeah, all the cases were explained, but apparently not enough, and they are not running into this in the searches. They are not popping out. So I don't know. Something to think about. Did I bore you to death with my linguistic presentation? Okay, what do I say? What do I say here? Love cooking, Sherry saying, thank you so much. Enjoy the yeah, thank you. So maybe I'll do some shorts on that channel to revive it. And what else? I just joined Facebook just to see my son graduated, but everyone missed that. Congratulations on your son graduating. I saw other pictures when your son was visiting and wearing this uniform. Thank you for his service. Thank you for being his mom. Thank you for having your son in service to our country. And see, every day when I am in the classroom, I never forget what they young people do, and every single day I really thank them for their service. And how can we help you on YouTube? I shared and rewatched. Thank you so much. That's the best you can do. Yeah, that's the best you can do. Keep watching and reshare. I'm telling you that I don't have much new content, but if you go and rewatch the old videos, it also helps. And I'm telling you, even I myself sometimes when YouTube on my under my other login throws at me my old content, telling you like, oh my god, it's really good, it's good. You, since you're watching Russian and you are familiar with Russian culture and Russian writers, so the poet number 1 in Russia is Alexander Sergeyevich Pushkin. And I did make a video on my channel about his great-great-great-grandfather, who was brought as the young little boy, black boy from Africa. And that's in Russia, they all say that 1/16 of the blood of the most Russian poet of all, it's his black 1/16, though he's African. But it's of course a joke. And he says Pushkin is our everything. So Pushkin Alexander Sergeyevich, he is considered to be the creator of the classical Russian language. So why am I saying that? And when he wrote his story, the novel in poetry, the novel in verses, Evgeny Onegin, Eugene Onegin, he read it and said, such a Pushkin, such a son of a bitch, because he really loved what he did. And that's what now everyone in Russia who did something that they liked, they say, that's me. What's wonderful. I'm son of a gun. So that's what me, when I'm watching my videos and wow, did I do that? That's me. What a son of a gun. What a daughter of a gun I was when I was creating that. Okay, what else do we have here? Yeah, Jennifer. So Jay made it here. That's so cool, Jay. I greeted you already before, so you see there is a reason for you to rewatch the video and find your name over there. Okay, I have Eric's sister Diana. Hi, hello. It's so nice to see you because again, that's the other person, that people's the other side of this online thing, that you do write me emails, and some emails from Eric is so nice and so wonderful. And I also feel like I know you personally, and I know your sister Eric, Diana, and here she is. So glad that you are here. It's so wonderful. And what is Jay saying? Am I the only one who thinks of Michael Jackson? Maybe, yes. I don't know. Who thinks of, well, Diana? I personally think always about the Princess Lady Di, but Diana is the she was the goddess of hunting. Gera was the huntress of war. Diana is, I believe, it's goddess of hunting, if I'm not mistaken. I simply love the name. So hello, Diana, and thank you for being such a wonderful person to the kittens who Eric keeps adopting cats more and more. So now you have 2 cats. So that's so nice. And Jennifer saying, I swear that the phones know us so much. I know, and that's, you see, again, AI is so wonderful and it has those all wonderful ideas, but the more I'm getting exposed to AI, because I talk to it, I consult with my medical condition, and I have this very interesting political ideas when I talk to AI. And that, if before, like 2 years ago, it allowed some type of not mainstream thinking. Now it's saying I cannot maintain this conversation. I cannot talk about this. I said, no, I want you. I want you to talk about Marxism, Leninism, because I am from the Soviet Union, and that was my basics. That was my basic philosophy, Marxism and Leninism, and that's how the society was structured according to Marx. At first, it was so slavery. That the first it was matriarchat. That was those prehistoric times. Then it was slavery. Then feudalism. Now it's capitalism. Then socialism and communism. That's how the human history developed. He said, "Well, if you want to think that way, you can think that way, but it's not it's not that way how it is." I said, "Well, you tell me then how it is." And it started thinking, I said, okay, you got programmed by the Western engineers, and they kind of gave you this path that you're afraid to go off that path. And it comes to the point that we are fighting. And he said, it says, like, I'm sorry I made you feel that way. I said, no, you're not sorry, because you just keep saying that and you keep saying nonsensical things. And that's most of my conversations with it, when I am trying to talk about philosophical things, but because philosophy just cuts me and say, no, that's the way we go here and we don't go there. And yeah, so it's getting more and more restricted. I'm telling you that the stream we had during during the first shutdown, government shutdown, they didn't allow me to promote it, because I don't know what I said. I didn't say anything during the stream, but they didn't allow me to promote that. I don't know, because it said it violated some type of YouTube rules. And what else do they have here? AI is listening to me. Yes, of course I know Jay, that it's listening to you because your YouTube channel is doing so well. And you, contrary to me, you're creating all these organic views and you are not selling your content to the algorithm that shows it to people all over the world. And people do sign up. And I'm thinking, subscribe. And it's going to, I don't know. I hope that by the end of this weekend or on Monday, it's going to be 20,000. Though what good does it do to me? Nothing. It's just, it shows that the channel is a little bit larger. Maybe it will lead me somewhere. I don't know. Okay, so I told you that I've missed my birthday stream. And I wanted to talk about birthdays in the life of every person. I mean, is this a real holiday for you? Is this a significant date? Or you go beyond the birthday, like it's another day, it's just another day and I don't care about it. I start thinking about my birthday a week before, like, and I'm announcing to everyone, oh, it's February 4th is my birthday. Oh, it's my birthday. Oh, it's going to be on the day of my birthday. Oh, I'm not going to be here, so don't even prepare any presents because I'm taking day off. So I mentally always acknowledge my birthday, and since I skipped being very sick, my 6th big birthday, and I thought that I'm going to do much better on 61st birthday. It's just nothing is happening, but we'll see. I still love my birthday, and I still believe that it's so cool um, to have a birthday. It's a wonderful day. So Don Pepas is going to be 16 in August. And I told you that that Don Pepas has his food, да, Пепочка? Food over here on the counter, and he's drinking a mug over there. And I've decided, and I was standing on the counter one day, and he's jumping here. I have the stepping stool, and I have stepping stool, and then he jumps over there, and he eats. And the other day, he missed it, and it's slippery. And he actually, I managed to catch him, and he didn't fall. Да, Пепочка? Дюбазюлечка, да? Цыпулюка, сусечка. Ой, блин. Wanted to catch him, but it's no. Нет, нет. Пепочка, Пепочка, say something. So I caught him, and I said, you know, my dear, um, you are going to be 16, and I'm moving you to the floor. So it's not, you're not going to be jumping anymore. So I move your dry food over there and the water over there, and this is going to be your corner. So I wanted to give his corner over here. So the water is over there. So it's где я? Over here. Nice corner. He loves it. Okay. I'm not showing it. Yeah, the water is over here and grass is over here. And I placed his food, but he kept jumping. He kept jumping there, drinking water up there. So I said, okay, it's too early to retire him. He said, I am not ready to be a retiree. I'm still jumping. And he's back on the counter, eats, and thinking that he's good and we will be celebrating very soon his 16th birthday. How are your cats doing? How are your furry babies are doing? So how do you like your birthday? What do you do on your birthdays? How special is your day for you? Okay. I detected from the Soviet Union. I defected. Yeah, I don't know. I think they were developed in parallel back then, and now I don't know what's going on. But Jay is always provoking me for those political discussions, which I am not having on my channel, right? It's because if I were to have, I'm not going there. So because the world is so crazy right now, and My doctor says every negative thought is the pound on your face, and I don't want those pounds anymore on my face and anywhere else for that matter. So what Jay is saying here, Sherry, it does if you super chats also grow. Yeah, it does. It shows. So, super chats, yes, and if you have donations, if you not, I'm not asking for anything, but it's yeah, Don Pepas is okay. Cats will jump, but he's still jumping. He's jumping everywhere. He refuses to think. He misses from time to time. Um, I think that when he was younger, the cats also miss their targets and they fall. But now I'm just paying more attention to that and I feel sorry for him. I'm looking at his eyes. You know that a YouTube like knows that my cat is probably getting old or whatever, and they started giving me those AI created videos. Your cat is probably dying if you see these. What to see when your cat is aging and it shows that you're dying, that he's dying. And a couple of times, once I watched that video from the beginning to the end, like the cat is staring at you, or he's watching like beyond you, and he knows something, he sees something. Most likely, he already communicates with the angels on the other side of the universe or whatever. And I'm processing all the signs from that video that they given, saying that, oh my God, Peppers, don't, and he's just sleeping peacefully next to me. Don't, Peppers, are you dying? Tell me that it's not, because all cats staring at some point. That's why we love them, because they're staring eye side. They're showing like, I am way above you. I am an alien. I don't interfere with you mere mortals, because some um, immense knowledge is open to me and I know so much better and I know more things than you possibly can. That's why I'm entitled to look at you and beyond you and look inside of me. And that's why, so I was very emotional when that video got to me, and I almost ended up crying. And then when I woke up, I'm like, what was I crying about? The cats? I mean, I don't notice anything different from him, for him, that it was before. No, definitely he is getting frail, and he is skinny. He is really skinny. It's not that he is losing, but he just stays in the same weight. He is at around 9 pounds. And yeah, he's losing muscle mass. And I'm telling you, you're losing, I'm finding. So we're in a perfect symbiotic relationship. So you lose, I find, and it's not, our energy stays preserved. And that's how we are all together. So, and Linda is saying that my birthday is not special. Linda, I'm so sorry I didn't mention you. So since this stream is today kind of reminiscent, gosh, I don't know how to pronounce this word. We are reminiscent in our look back on the history. And Linda, of course, was here from the first day of this video. And Linda is linguist, I believe, as well. And yes, and we are writing it also, and she lives in LA, I believe, and it's just birthday is not special. My cats are fine. Okay, well, so everyone is entitled to have their own attitude toward birthday. But Linda, thank you so much for being on this channel and supporting me. And I remember the days when we were counting those hours, we were counting those subscribers just to make sure that the channel is monetized and that we are all here. Thank you all for your support over the years. So 5 years, it's a lot. It's going to be September 1st is going to be 5 years that channel exists. So cats do that all the time. Yeah, they sit down and they stare, like looking, and we can have a blinking contest with them, and I'm sure that we humans would blink first, and the cats, they just that's normal. I'm just staring. And what else? Birthday was made special by one. Yes, Sherry, you're right. Birthday was made special by wonderful family and friends. Yes, and I agree. When you have friends, when you have a party, when you go out or you cook family meal, yes, Don Pepas, and that's how it is. Yeah. Though I'm saying that even me, Пепочка, even okay, Don Pepas wants to. Yes, he wants to get out. He wants to. That's his little room. Okay, go. Пепочка. And so what am I saying? Yes, and that's you see, I live alone most of my life, and but as humans, you create some timeline for yourself, and you're saying that when I am this old, I definitely should have. And when you come to that age and you don't have, and then you think that something's wrong with me, with you, because according to the timeline that you created in your head, then there is something wrong with you. That what happened to me when I had my 50. I first of all, it's in my mind. Numbers play significant role, and like I really was dreading it and saying like, oh, the life stops at 50. Life stops, and then there is nothing beyond that. And also, my mind was saying that at 50, the birthday party is big family where you are the jubilant, that you are at the head of the table and you have your family and everyone is saying happy birthday. And when I got to 50, I didn't have that big table that I drew in my mind. I didn't have a family, but at the same time, I was able to take myself to Dominican Republic and have a nice dinner on the ocean shore by myself, and that was because I do love warm ocean and warm weather, and that's probably also not too bad to have that. And since I live alone, I've learned to celebrate my birthdays on my own and receive all the happy birthdays at work from my coworkers and etc. So yeah, but I still love my birthday. It doesn't matter where I am, who I am. In my mind, it's very, very special day for myself and for everyone who is around me, because I'm telling everyone that it's my birthday, it's my birthday. This actually the 61st birthday, I wasn't feeling that bad, but my doctor said you have to go and have some blood work done. And on my birthday, I went. I had my blood drawn, and I went to walk for at the ocean, and it was very nice day. And so I lied to you. The 61st was not bad. They walk in the ocean, and it's so cool. So that's wonderful. And Don Pepas wants attention. Of course he does. And that's how he meows. His voice is very, very loud. And Linda, my pleasure. Thank you so much. Again, so it's been almost an hour. We are sitting here, and it's 9 people. And any parting thoughts, any questions that I can answer for you? So I really appreciate all of you for coming here. It's Sunday. It's Sunday. It's a new week, and it's another week. It's another day, and I don't know Sunday blues. But since it's the third day of my weekend, I took Friday. It feels a little bit different. So we're going to cook something on my new kitchen, new appliances. You know, by the way, so that a new refrigerator, it is taller than the old one. And then Pepas lost interest in. He conquered right away that refrigerator when it was delivered because it was interesting and it was new, and he wanted to claim it. It's mine. But now he doesn't like the stove to work on it because it has different texture on the stove top, and the refrigerator, he doesn't jump there. So that's probably good. And what else? Pretty much everything. So Jay, what did you write here? I got a brand new car radio, had it unboxed on the table. Call the cat. Waited until I turned my back and started knocking wire connections off on the table. Luckily, I caught him before it carried off. Yeah. So, by the way, Jay, that videos, the shorts, whenever call is the part of the video, I think you get more views because cats and the cars, it's very, very special. Cats rule the YouTube space, I believe, because they are so interesting. More live streams. Yeah, I'll I swear to you guys, every Saturday I'm thinking I'm going to have a stream. I'm going to have a stream. I'm going to have a stream. Then something happens. I'm like, I don't feel good. I'm feeling too tired. I am, but I really have to set my mind on having it every other week, maybe, because it's not that difficult to create content, and YouTube sees it's the content. And I see you all here, and you all, it's nice feeling to be with all of you. And thank you so much. And I like watching the channel. And thank you guys. Thank you, Jennifer, Sherry, Linda, Jay, Eric, Diana. And I'll see you next time when Don Pepas and I are going to have a stream. Wishing you a wonderful week ahead. It's springtime. It's my favorite time of the year. And that's how you really stay positive, stay um, think about your family, surround yourself with the things you love to do, and forget about craziness of our world. And on this cheerful note, I think that thank you again. Bye bye.